Hello you guys, it's Shaina Marie again. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a nice and fluid back bend flow. You should, if you have a block, please grab it. And then also if you have a strap, please grab it. If you don't have either of those things, you should be able to get through this flow just fine, but you will need to make a few modifications, but otherwise it should be still good for you. We're gonna get started right away on our backs. If you have the block, I want you to bring your feet in, plant them on the ground, and then just push into your heels to lift your hips up, placing the block on its second height underneath your pelvis. So your pelvis is not your tailbone and not the curvature of your spine, but right in between. So finding a comfortable space there. If you don't have a block, you're just gonna lift your hips up and then walk your shoulder blades underneath you. If you can, just hold your hips up nice and soft, okay? Or find your own variation here. If you have that block, you can extend the legs out or maybe even feet together, letting the knees fall out wide. Feel your shoulder blades pressing in towards the ground. And start with a nice deep breath in, filling up your lungs, pushing your belly out. And exhaling, drawing the belly in, feeling yourself sinking a little bit deeper into your mat. Feel your shoulders grow heavy. And again, inhale to fill up. Exhaling to draw it in, exhausting that breath. Keep taking those breaths and just letting yourself soften into the back bend. Adjust as needed. Take a break if you need to, but we'll only be here for several more breaths. Start to feel yourself unwind, releasing any tension or any stress you're carrying with you today. And just drawing your attention, your awareness, your energy into this space. Everything else can be picked up later, but for now, we're going to take this time to care for our bodies, our minds, and our overall well-being. Take a few more breaths here. Feel yourself soften. I like to think of back bends as literally ripping our hearts open and giving ourselves space to experience new. And with that openness, with that newness, we tend to feel emotions or sensations that maybe aren't so savory as we would want them to be. But that being said, growth does not come from comfort. It comes from experiencing hardships, experiencing something maybe that's uncomfortable or outside of our comfort zones. So as we move through the practice today, try to remain clear and keep an open mind as to what we may be experiencing or moving with. Let yourself feel, but don't let those feelings overcome your entire mind and take over your practice. Feel and let them pass. Take one more breath here. Sigh it out, exhale. And slowly draw your feet in if they were extended. Push the heels down to lift your butt up, and then just let your butt fall towards the earth. You can sway your knees from side to side, give them a little windshield wiper motion. And pull your knees in towards your chest, give them a nice warm squeeze. Start rocking yourself forward and back, powering yourself up, coming all the way to a tabletop pose, hands and knees. Taking a deep breath in table to lift your heart and let your belly fall towards the ground. Exhale, round the spine and tuck your chin, pushing the ground away to lengthen those arms. Inhale to lift up, find length and drag those shoulders back. Exhaling to round, pushing the ground away and lengthening the arms. Cultivating some breath here. Keep taking those cat-cows. Find some breath with movement. Feel your spine rolling with each vertebrae at a time. And just feel the movement. Maybe you even add some creativity, some color to your practice. If you want to massage your wrists or sway your hips, or maybe just round your neck, feeling that whole life work. Take a few more breaths here, finding your own shapes, or maybe just taking those cat-cows. And slowly come back to a neutral table. Keep your hips right where they are, right above your knees, and just crawl your fingertips forward. Face your palms down and start to let your heart drop towards the earth. We're gonna come as far down as we can today. Maybe we come all the way to your chest. Maybe you're hovering. Just a little back bend here in puppy pose. Keep extending those arms long and then relax your shoulders. Let them open up. This is a pretty intense back bend, so please feel free to get out of it if you need to. Take a couple breaths here. Soften your arms. Soften your chin down. One more breath. And exhaling, crawl those fingertips back. Coming all the way up to a tabletop pose. And then curl your toes under, lifting your hips up and back to a downward facing dog position. Taking a deep breath in down dog to lengthen those arms long. And then just wrapping your forearms back. Soften your arms. Taking a few breaths here. Maybe a little cycle to the legs, feeling your hamstrings warm up today. We're moving really slow to start this practice. And on your next inhale, come back through center. Breathe your left leg up to the sky. Reach your heel and spread your toes apart. On your exhale, bend your knee and open your hip, looking under your left arm. That heel can come towards your butt, and maybe you raise that right heel up to create a little more lift. And slowly draw back through center, turn the thigh bone down. Exhaling, pull your knee into your chest. Squeeze it nice and tight. Step forward. Lower your back knee to the earth. Breathe in. Reach your fingertips to the sky, low lunge. Squeeze your inner thighs and drag your left hip back, taking a deep inhale here. On your exhale, bring right hand to earth. And inhale your left hand to the sky. Finding space here, maybe walk that hand a little bit forward. And take a deep breath, engaging in that twist. You can stay here, or if you have the space, crawl your left foot a little bit wider. And then bend your back knee, wrapping that left hand back to create a bind with the foot. You can turn to the pinky edge of your left foot to open up that thigh. If you have the bind, just turn your chest up and open towards the ceiling. Taking a few breaths, whatever variation you're at today. Maybe sinking down to your forearm if you need a little bit extra quad. And exhale, turn down. Plant your palms and step back to a plank pose. Drag your chest forward, squeeze your elbows lower all the way to the ground. Clasp your hands behind your back, dragging your knuckles down. Inhale, lift your chest, arms, legs up for Shavasana. Draw those knuckles down and breathe in, lift that heart nice and high. And exhale, release. Plant your palms, curl toes under, and push up and back to a downward facing dog position. Inhaling, stretch your right leg out long. Reach that heel. Exhale, bend your knee, open your hip, gazing under that right arm, heel to butt. Maybe that left heel lifts up and you create some space here. Take a breath. Slowly turn the thigh bone down, coming back through center. Reach that heel. Exhaling, hug the knee into your chest. Step forward, lower your back knee. Breathe in, fingertips to sky, low lunge. Squeezing up those inner thighs again and drag that right hip back. Take a deep inhale here. Exhaling, bring your left hand down. Inhale, right fingertips to the sky. Take a deep inhale and just find that twist nice and deep. Again, walk your right foot a little bit wider. And then if you have the space, turn back, bringing those fingertips to face the back of the mat, and bend your back knee for a bind. You can come to the pinky edge of that right foot and just open your heart up towards the ceiling. If you want to get a little more quad here, you can lower to your forearm. Take a couple more deep breaths. Relax your inner thighs, just softening into the posture. And exhale, release the bind. Turn your chest down. Plant your palms and step back to a plank pose. Drag your chest forward, lower slowly to the earth. Bring your hands behind your back to clasp. Drag your knuckles down and lift chest, arms, legs up. Shavasana, breathe in. And exhale, release. Plant your palms, curl toes under. Push up and back to downward facing dog. Deep inhale, pushing the ground away. Rise to your tippy toes and look forward in between your thumbs. Exhaling, step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift your chest halfway, find length. Exhale, emptying, fold it in, release. Breathe in, fingertips to sky, reach them tall. On your exhale, pull your elbows back and just open your heart towards the ceiling. And inhale, stretch tall, find length. Exhaling, fold forward, let it go. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen that spine. Exhale, emptying, fold it in, soften those knees. Find breath here, breathe in, fingertips to sky, reach tall. Exhaling, pull those elbows back, open your heart up towards the ceiling. Again, inhale, stretch up, find length. Exhaling, fold forward, let it go. Let's do that 2 more times. Deep inhale, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward, soften again. Breathe in, fingertips to sky, reach tall. Exhaling, pull the elbows back, open the heart. We're just facilitating breath here. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold forward, soften those hips. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, fold it in, let it go. Inhale, last time, fingertips reach. Exhaling, pull the elbows back, open your heart up. Inhale, reach tall. Exhaling, fold forward, soften in. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back to a plank pose. Push your palms into the earth and drag your heart forward. Lower slowly all the way to the ground. Hug your elbows into your sides. Squeeze your shoulder heads back and breathe in. Cobra Pose, lift your heart up. Drag your shoulders down and back and take a deep inhale. Exhale, lower. Curl toes under, downward facing dog. Inhale, rise to your tippy toes. Look forward in between your thumbs. Exhaling, step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift your chest halfway, lengthen. Exhale, emptying, fold it in. Breathe in, fingertips to sky, reach tall. Exhaling, clasp hands behind your back. Drag your knuckles down and open your heart up. And exhale, keep that bind, fold forward, release. Inhale, lift halfway, find length. Exhaling, plant your hands. Step back to a plank pose. Drag that chest forward and lower slowly to the ground. Squeeze elbows into your sides. Inhale, lift your chest up, Cobra Pose. Just pull the shoulder heads down and back, take a breath. And exhale, lower. Curl toes under, lift the hips up and back to downward facing dog. Deep inhale, push into the earth. Rise to your tippy toes, look forward. Exhaling, step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, emptying, fold it in. Breathe in, fingertips to sky, reach them tall. Exhaling, clasp hands behind your back. Drag your knuckles down and open your heart up. And exhale, fold forward. Soften those knees and let your neck hang. Breathe in, lift halfway, lengthen, release that bind. Exhaling, plant your hands. Step back to a plank pose. Drag that chest forward. Squeeze your elbows. This time lower halfway down, chaturanga. Inhale, pull your heart forward and through up dog. Drag your shoulders back. Exhale, use your core, downward facing dog. Deep inhale, push the ground away. Rise to your tippy toes, look forward. Exhaling, step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift, halfway lengthen. Exhale, bend your knees, sit back, Utkatasana, fingertips reach. Take a deep breath here and squeeze your inner thighs nice and tight. Close your palms together. Push them into each other, so nice force. Sit deeper into your chair, and on your exhale, bend your elbows in half. Bring those hands behind the head, and just open your shoulders up. Your elbows should be hugging inward as you take a deep breath here. And exhale, release. Fold forward, let it go. Breathe in, lift your chest halfway, find length. Exhaling, plant your hands. Step back, plank pose. Drag your chest forward, squeeze your elbows and lower halfway down. Inhale, pull heart forward and through up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, stretch your left leg back. Exhaling, bend your knee, open your hip. Again, look under that left arm and take a breath here. Inhale, turn through center, find length. Exhaling, step wide on your mat. Pivot your back heel flat. Breathe in, Virabhadrasana 1, fingertips reach. Dig into that left leg as you take a breath here, ripping your mat apart with your feet. Exhaling, grab opposite elbows. Stretch up and then side bend to your left, pulling on that right elbow. And inhale back through center. Exhaling, straighten your front leg, pull the hip back and fold halfway forward. You can release the bind if that feels necessary and just crawl those fingertips forward, taking a breath here. Exhale, soft bend to your front knee. Pull your back foot forward and up to warrior 3. Take a deep inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhaling, turn the chest down, standing splits, grow the leg long. Step back, plank pose. Drag that heart forward and lower halfway. Inhaling, pull heart forward and through up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, right leg stretches back. Exhaling, bend your knee, open your hip, look under that right arm. Inhale through center, find length. Exhaling, step wide on your mat. Pivot your back heel flat, breathe in, Virabhadrasana 1, fingertips reach. Stretch those arms nice and long and take a breath here. Exhaling, clasp opposite elbows, stretch up, and then side bend to your right, pulling on that left elbow. Inhale through center, you can release that bind. Exhaling, straighten your front leg, pull the hip back, and fold halfway forward. You can bring fingertips to earth or to the heart, whatever feels necessary here. But take a deep inhale. And exhale, soften that front knee. Pull your back foot forward and up to a warrior 3. Stretch your spine long and take a breath. Exhale, turn the chest down, standing splits, leg grows long. Step back, plank pose, plant your palms. Lurch your heart forward, come into a plank pose and lower halfway. Inhale, pull heart forward and through up dog. Exhale, use your core, downward facing dog. Deep inhale, push the ground away. Rise to your tippy toes, look forward. Exhaling, step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift your chest halfway, lengthen. Exhale, bend your knees, sit back, Utkatasana, fingertips reach. Take a breath here, spiral those pinkies in and open your palms up towards the ceiling. Deep inhale. Dig deeper, sit into those heels. Bring your palms together, stretch your fingertips forward, and then fold your elbows in half. Open up your chest forward and just keep squeezing those elbows in. Take a deep inhale. Exhaling, straighten your legs, fold forward, let it go. Inhale, find length, lift halfway. Exhaling, plant your palms. Step back to a plank pose. Drag your chest forward, squeeze the elbows, lower halfway. Inhaling, up dog, open your heart up. Exhale, pull up and back, down dog. Breathe in, stretch the left leg back. Exhale, bend your knee, open your hip, look under that left arm. Inhale, turn back through center, find length. Exhaling, step wide on your mat. Pivot your back heel flat, breathe in, Virabhadrasana, 1, fingertips reach. Take a breath here. Exhaling, grab opposite elbows, stretch up and side bend to your left. Inhale through center, release the bind, stretch those fingertips. Exhaling, straighten your front leg, pull your left hip back and fold halfway forward. Drain that left hip back, take a breath. Exhale, soften your front knee, pull your back foot forward and up to warrior 3. Lengthen your spine and stretch your toes, take an inhale. Exhale, standing splits, heel to side, leg grows long. Step back, plank pose. Pressing those palms into the earth, drag your heart forward, lower halfway. Inhale, lift your chest, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep inhale, stretch your right leg back. Exhaling, bend the knee, open the hip, look under that right arm. Inhale through center, turn the thigh bone down. Exhaling, step wide on your mat. Pivot your back foot flat, breathe in, Virabhadrasana, 1, fingertips reach. Clasp opposite elbows and stretch up, and then side bend to your right. Inhale through center, find length, straightening that front leg, pull the hip back and fold halfway forward. Find softness here as you lurch your heart forward and take a breath. Exhale, soft bend to your front knee, drag your back foot forward and up to warrior 3. Lift your chest, spread your toes and take an inhale. Exhale, turn the chest down, standing splits, leg grows long. Step back to plank pose. Drag the chest forward, squeeze the elbows lower halfway. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, pull up and back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in, side out, exhale. Locate your block and just place it at the top of your mat. And then take a deep breath in, rise to your tippy toes and look forward. Exhaling, step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway, find length. Exhaling, fold forward, soften in. Grab a hold of your block and inhale up through center, reach your fingertips. Exhaling, pull hands through heart, grounding at your center. So I want you to take your block and place your palms on the longest sides so that the block is nice and long. If you don't have a block, bring your hands together again. Okay, pressing into that block. We're gonna inhale, our arms up over the head, and then bend our knees and sit back, Utkatasana. So the same thing as we did earlier, you're gonna bend your elbows in half. If you don't have the block, you're doing the same thing. If you have the block, press your palms into the block and then hug your elbows in. Take a deep breath here and lift your heart up. Keep squeezing those elbows, sink deeper into your chair, creating a little back bend maybe. One more breath. And exhale, release. You can place the block on the ground, fold forward, let it go. Inhale, lift halfway, find length. Exhaling, plant your hands. Step back, plank pose. Pressing the ground away, rock yourself forward, lower halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, pull heart forward and through, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep inhale, stretch your left leg back, pressing palms into the earth. Exhaling, bend your knee, open your hip. You can stay right here, or if you have a little extra today, maybe that left foot steps behind you and you come to the pinky edge of your right foot. Open your heart up towards the ceiling for wild thing. Press your palm into the earth and just let your chest face the ceiling. Take a deep breath here, squeeze your glutes, lift your butt up. And exhale slowly, turning that chest back down. Plant your palm and stretch that left leg out long, one-legged dog. Exhaling, step forward. Pivot your back heel flat. Breathe in, Virabhadrasana, 2 fingertips reach. Take a deep breath here. Dig your heels down. Feel your inner thighs squeeze. And then drop your shoulders away from your ears. Relax them. Inhale, arms up over the head. Look up. Exhaling, clasp hands behind your back. Drag your knuckles down and open your heart up towards the ceiling. On your exhale, keep that bend in that front knee and fold inside your thigh for humble warrior. Let your knuckles drag forward and then just drop your neck. Take a breath here. Keep pressing that left foot down into the ground. And on your exhale, you can release the bind, coming back up to warrior two, fingertips reach. Exhaling, straighten your front leg. Pull the left hip back. Bring fingertips to earth or shin. Breathe in, right fingertips to the sky. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, soft bend to that front knee. Start dragging your back foot forward and up for half moon. Dig your heels, spread your toes, and inhale, right fingertips to the sky. If you have a block, you can place it at whatever height feels comfortable and just press the left hand down. Take a breath here, turn your pelvis open towards your right. If you have room, take a bend to that back knee and reach back with your right hand for a bind. You can kick into the hand for a little more back bend or pull the heel towards you for a little more quad. Take a breath here, finding yourself open up. I'm gonna go for the back bend today for the sake of this class. One more breath. And exhale, slowly release. Start turning yourself back down, being nice and calm and soft. And inhale, right leg to sky, standing splits, grow that leg long. Step back to a plank pose. And drag your heart forward, lower halfway down, chaturanga. Inhale, pull heart forward and through up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep inhale, right leg stretches back. Exhaling, bend your knee, open your hip. If you have the space, again, step those toes behind you, coming to the pinky edge of your left foot, and then open your heart towards the ceiling. Turning the heart open, maybe a right palm to the chest. Lift the hips, take a breath for wild thing. And exhaling, turn the chest down. Plant your palms, inhale, right leg to sky, one-legged dog. Exhaling, drag the knee in towards your chest. Step lightly forward. Pivot your back heel flat and breathe in, Virabhadrasana 2, fingertips reach. Again, stomping those feet down and hugging your inner thighs. Take a breath here. And inhale, sweep the arms over the head, maybe a gaze lifts. Exhaling, clasp your hands. Draw your knuckles beneath your tailbone and open your heart up to the ceiling. Exhaling, fold inside that thigh. Drag your knuckles forward, finding a humble warrior. Let your neck drop and just release any tension. Keep pressing that right foot down. Take a breath. And slowly use your core and your legs to pull yourself back up. Inhale, warrior two, fingertips reach. Exhaling, straighten your front leg. Draw the hip back. Bring fingertips to earth or shin. And breathe in, left fingertips to the sky. Take an inhale here. And exhale, soften your front knee. Start dragging your back foot forward and up for half moon. Again, you can press that right hand into a block if you have it, and then just open your pelvis to your left side. Inhale that left arm over the head. Find balance here, a little bend to the right knee. And if you have that space, bend your back knee and reach back with your left hand for a bind. Again, you can either kick into the hand or pull the heel towards you for a little quad stretch. Your choice. I'm going to open up into a nice back bend here. Take a few breaths. And exhale, releasing. Slowly turning that chest down. Standing splits, growing the leg long. Get that nice stretch. Exhaling, step back to plank pose. Press the ground away. Draw your chest forward, lower halfway. Inhale, pull heart forward and through up dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Side out, exhale. Inhale, stretch your left leg back. Exhaling, step forward. Pivot both feet towards the right side of your mat and then just fold forward in a wide-legged forward fold. Drop your neck and soften your knees. We're only going to be here for a few breaths. Maybe crawl those fingertips back to get a little deeper. One more breath here. Then slowly lift your chest back up. Crawl your fingertips forward to plant and step back to a downward facing dog. Inhaling, stretch your right leg back. Exhale, bend your knee, open your hip up. Again, if you have the space, tap those left toes down and breathe your chest towards the sky. Taking a breath here, press that right hand into the earth. And exhale, turn your chest down. Inhale, one-legged dog, reach the heel back, take a breath. Exhaling, step wide on your mat. Pivot your back heel flat. Breathe in, Virabhadrasana 1, fingertips reach. Take a deep inhale here, dig into those feet. Exhaling, bring hands behind the back. Clasp opposite elbows or prayer hands, and then just lean back, opening your heart up. Exhaling, straighten your front leg. Drag the hip back, folding halfway forward. Let's keep that bind this time. Take a breath here. Energetically feel your left heel pull back. Exhaling, soften your front knee. Squeeze up your inner thighs to drag your back foot forward and up nice and gracefully into a bound warrior 3. Turn your thigh bone down and take a breath here. Exhaling, release your bind, standing splits, grow the leg long. Start to pull that knee in towards your chest. Coming all the way up to standing, inhale, majorette, fingertips reach. Squeeze your inner thighs and draw your right hip back. Take a deep breath here. Exhaling, soften your hands. We're gonna bring right hand on the inside of your right foot. And then squeeze your inner thighs really, really tight. So your inner elbow is turned out towards your right. Face your chest forward, and then soften your left knee. Start to kick your right foot into your hand. This might be where you stay, that little kick. If you want to go further, stretch your foot up towards the ceiling and keep opening up while bringing your chest downward. So you're like a little teeter-totter here, slowly teetering forward. Keep softening that left knee, and then reach your toes towards the ceiling like you want them to touch it. Take a couple breaths here, open up. And exhale, release. You can turn your chest down and standing splits, heel grows long. Step back to plank pose. Press the ground away, drag your heart forward, squeeze the elbows lower halfway. Inhaling up dog, lift your heart. Exhale, pull up and back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in, right leg stretches back. Exhaling, bend your knee, open your hip. You can step those toes down for another wild thing and just open your heart up to the ceiling. Keep opening even deeper each time. And exhale, spiral that right hand down, planting the palm. Inhale, one-legged dog, stretch the leg long. Exhaling, stepping wide on your mat. Pivot your back heel flat. Breathe in, Virabhadrasana 1, fingertips reach. Taking a breath here and reaching the arms long. Exhaling, clasp opposite elbows behind the back. And then just open your heart up towards the ceiling. Keep digging into that back foot and bending the front knee. Take a breath. Exhale, straighten your front leg. Pull the right hip back and fold halfway forward. Energetically pull on that heel and reach your heart forward, taking a deep inhale. Exhale, soften your front knee. Pull your back foot forward and up to warrior 3. Spread your toes, reach your heel, and take a deep inhale here. Exhale, start pulling. Exhale, release the spine, standing splits, heel grows long. My apologies. Start pulling that knee in towards your chest. Come all the way up to standing, majorette, fingertips reach. On your exhale, bring your left hand down. Grab a hold of the inside of your left foot, same thing. Lock those knees together, and then just lightly kick into your left hand. Your inner elbow should turn towards your left. And a soft bend to your right knee. Keep kicking those toes up towards the ceiling as you lurch your heart forward and then open up. Find a place for that right arm. Maybe it stretches forward, maybe it stays back. Take a few breaths. This side might feel different. I know it's different from me. And exhale, release. Turn down, standing splits, heel to sky. Step back, plank pose. Drag your chest forward, lower halfway. Inhale, pull heart forward and through, up dog. Exhale, pull up and back, downward facing dog. Inhaling, rise to your tippy toes, look forward. Exhale, step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift your chest halfway, find length. Exhale, emptying, fold it in, let it go. Breathe in, fingertips to sky, reaching them tall. Exhale, pull hands through heart, grounding at your center here. Just taking a half salutation, deep inhale, fingertips reach, stretch up. Exhaling, fold forward, soften your hip creases. Inhale, lift your heart halfway, find length. Exhale, locate your block, place it on the top of your mat. If you don't have a block, that's fine. We're gonna place it at the top of our mat or a little bit further from the top. And then just place your hands around the block, step back to a plank pose. Ignore the block for a moment, come forward to your tippy toes, lower halfway. Inhale, pull heart forward and through, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now look at your block and rock your way forward to a plank pose. We're gonna drop to our forearms, forearm plank. If you don't have a block, you can bring your palms together or face them towards the earth. If you have that block, press your palms into the sides like we did in that Utkatasana chair pose earlier. Squeeze your belly and keep pressing your forearms down. Take a deep breath here. And then just bring your toes together. We're gonna work on a little bit of core. Keep hugging your core in, and we're gonna rock our hips to our right side. Inhale back through center. Exhale, rock to the left. Inhale through center, rock to the right. Inhale center, rock left. Inhale, rock right. Keep breathing. Inhale left. Inhale right. Let's go 2 more rounds. Inhale left. Inhale right. Keep breathing. Inhale left. Inhale right. Last round. Inhale through center. Exhale left side. And coming back through center, breathe here. Push your forearms down and let's walk our feet towards our elbows. Lift your hips up high and soften your knees. Keep pressing your forearms down and just get a nice stretch here. Press, press, press into the forearms. You can relax your neck and feel your shoulders stretching out. Take a few breaths. Exhaling, walk back to a forearm plank. Ditch the block. Come back to a plank pose. And I'll meet you downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch your left leg out long. Exhaling, pull the knee in towards your chest, squeeze it tight. Inhale, reach back, find length. Exhale, pull knee into chest, squeeze it tight. Step lightly forward. Stay on the ball of your back foot, squeeze your inner thighs. Breathe in, high lunge, fingertips reach. Keep digging into your feet like you're ripping your mat apart and take a breath in. Exhaling, bring your left hand behind you. See if you can find your right back of thigh. And then just bring the fingertips to the thigh. And inhale your right arm over the head. A little weird back bend here. This is pretty intense. Inhale, stretch the fingertips back through center. Exhaling, bring hands to heart. Right elbow comes to the left thigh for a little twist. Press your palms into each other to lift your heart up and open towards your left. Take a breath here. Exhaling, take that whole shape forward, bringing your back foot forward and up for revolved half moon. Bring right fingertips to earth and inhale your left hand to the sky. Take a breath here. Exhaling, turn the chest down, standing splits, leg grows long. Locate your strap here and then hold it in your right hand. Pull your knee in towards your chest, come all the way up into standing majorette. And then exhale, keep that leg lifted, bring your hands down. So you have 2 options here. You can grab a hold of the inside of the foot, kick the foot back like we did earlier, just practice that. If you want to go a little deeper, take your strap and place it around the ball of your right foot. And then place both ends of the strap in your right hand. We're going to bring the foot back and turn our inner elbow outward like we would be grabbing it in the previous back bend. Squeeze those inner thighs again and start kicking your foot up. You're going to drag the strap forward, starting to turn your elbow forward until you come into a nice back bend here. You should be lengthening as you turn that elbow forward because the strap will probably need to be pretty long. If this feels good for you, stay right here. You might just stay in this pose. If you want to add extra, bring your left hand and try to meet the right, holding onto that strap, and then kick that right foot out. Finding a nice deep back bend here. Keep kicking that foot towards the ceiling. Don't hurt anything. Be light. Don't pull. Don't go too deep. Take a few breaths. And exhale, be soft. Slowly bring it back through center. Unwinding every movement. And release the strap. You can ditch it for now. And kick the right heel back. Standing splits heel to sky. Step back, plank pose. Wash it away. Come forward and lower halfway. Inhale, pull heart forward and through up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep inhale, stretch your right leg back. Exhaling, pull the knee to your chest, squeeze it tight. Inhale, reach back, find length. Exhaling, step forward. Dig into the ball of your back foot, breathe in, high lunge, fingertips reach. Pressing those feet down like you're ripping your mat apart, take a deep inhale. Exhaling, bring that right hand behind you. Maybe you find your left thigh. And then just inhale your left arm over the head. Maybe a gaze off to the right. Keep that bend in that front knee. Take a breath. Inhaling back through center. Stretch your fingertips. Exhaling, bring hands to heart. Left elbow, right thigh twist. Press your palms into each other as you open your heart up and open towards your right. Deep inhale. Exhale, soften your front knee as you pull your back foot forward and up to revolved half moon. Bring left fingertips to earth and inhale your right hand to the sky. Take a breath. Exhale, turn your chest down. Grab a hold of your strap again and come all the way up to standing for majorette. Dig the knee up. Again, you know your options. If you're going full dancer pose, place that strap around the ball of your foot and then bring both ends into your left hand. You're going to want enough length so that you can kind of stretch it out as you turn your elbow forward. And then just bring your knees together, hug them tight. Start turning that elbow forward as you lift your foot up. So that left elbow's turned forward. You want the strap to be tight. You don't want it to be super long, okay? So if you feel like it's super long, redo it. And then you can stay here again, maybe just kicking into that strap, or bring your right hand to join the party. Squeeze your inner thighs, and just lightly pull on that foot as you extend it up towards the ceiling. Take a few breaths here. Bring your chest down further. Bend that right knee. It'll help you here. And exhale, slowly unwinding. Release the strap. And kick the heel back. Standing splits, heel to sky. Step back to a plank pose. Drag the chest forward, lower halfway. Inhale, pull heart forward and through up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, push the ground away. Rise to your tippy toes, look forward. Exhaling, step or float all the way to your backs. Woo! We're here again. Bring your feet to the ground. We're at our last heavily effort posture. Bring your feet to the ground and face your knees towards the ceiling. And just take a deep breath in. Feel your whole back flatten towards the earth. Bring your arms at your sides. Again, take a deep breath in. Feel the back flatten to the earth. And start to lift your hips and your ribs up. Wiggle your shoulders underneath you and clasp those hands behind your back. Squeeze your glutes to just lift your hips up. Keep taking a few breaths here. Find a nice back bend. It should be nice and stretched out already. One more inhale. And exhale, slowly bring it down. Sway those knees from side to side. So you can stay in that bridge pose or find something more comfortable. We've already done a lot of work today. Otherwise, I'm going to take you to Urdhva Dhanurasana. And we're going to try to lift our legs up, okay? So take a deep breath here. Flatten your back towards the earth. Lift hips and lift ribs up. Dig your feet down. Walk those shoulder blades underneath you, and then just place your hands beside your head. Your fingers should be facing your feet. And just start to lift, pushing into your hands all the way up into full Urdhva Dhanurasana. Open your chest up and open your shoulders up. Keep pressing into the earth. If this is good for you, stay here. If you want to go a little deeper, lift your left leg up towards the ceiling. Pressing into that right leg. Take a breath here. And exhale, bring it down. And let's try the right leg. Bring it up, press, and reach towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring it down. Let's take one deep inhale. And exhale, lower shoulders, ribs to the earth. Sway knees from side to side. Take a moment. And slowly draw those knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a nice warm squeeze. Thank your body. And rock yourself all the way up to a seat. We've made it. Place your legs out in front of you. And then just draw your left knee in, or your left foot in. Bring the foot inside your right thigh. Scoop your flesh out from underneath your sit bones. Sit your spine up tall for a breath. Lengthen it. And exhale, fold over that right thigh. Let your neck hang and just feel that hamstring stretch here. Take a few breaths. Maybe soften a little deeper. A couple more breaths here. Let your neck drop. And slowly pull your way back up. Let's extend that left leg out. Drawing your right leg in this time, foot inside the thigh. Scoop that flesh out from underneath your sit bones and sit your spine up tall. Exhaling over that left thigh. Let your neck hang and soften that whole leg. There doesn't need to be any pulling or yanking here. Just let gravity naturally pull you into the stretch. Find softness in your neck, in your leg. If you feel like you're clenching, then you probably need to loosen up on the stretch a little. Take a couple more breaths. And slowly pull your way back up. Bring both feet in this time and place them together. So feet sunk together. Resist the urge to pull your heels towards you and just let them come out more. Keep those feet together and then scoop that flesh up from under you again. Take a deep inhale, lift your chest up. You can lightly hold on to your feet as you fold forward, but I don't want you to yank into it. I want you to just relax with a light pull. Drop your neck and soften your inner thighs. This should feel pretty nice on your lower back. Couple more breaths here. Relax your neck. Let yourself drop down. And let's go one more deep inhale. Exhaling, softening in. Slowly start to lift your chest up. Extend both legs out and lay all the way down into your backs. Actually, let's bring your legs in to plant your feet on the ground. And then just dig your heels down. Lift your hips up and take them off and over to your left side. Pull your knees into your chest and let them fall off to your right side. Extend your arms out long and gaze off your left fingertips. And slowly pull your way back through center, plant the feet, lift your hips up, take them over to the right side, pulling the knees in and letting them fall off to the left. Again, open your arms up and maybe a gaze off those right fingertips. Keep squeezing the inner thighs. And slowly pull your way back through center. Bring your hips to a neutral. And let's take one last happy baby. Pull your knees in, grabbing the insides of your feet and just opening your knees up wide. Your feet should be facing the ceiling. You can rock from side to side, massage your spine, but try to keep your tailbone remained on the ground or towards the earth. So keep your butt down, pressing it down. If you want to go a little deeper, you can always stretch the legs out long. Taking like a nice wide-legged happy baby. Take a couple more breaths here, or any other shape you may feel necessary. And slowly bend the knees if you had them straightened. Release the bind. Extend both legs out long. Relax your arms at your sides. Take one last deep breath in through the nose. Sigh it out your mouth, exhale. Relax your feet, your legs, your chest, and your face. And enjoying your Shavasana. If you would like to stay in Shavasana, please feel free. Otherwise, start to bring a little movement to your hands and to your feet. Maybe tapping each fingertip with your thumb, wiggling your toes. Deepening your breath. Slowly drawing the knees in towards your chest. Give yourself one last warm squeeze to thank your body, thank everything it did today. Rolling off onto whichever side, maybe using your arm as a pillow, just relaxing in a nice fetal position. Slowly press your fingertips on the earth. Lift your way all the way up, coming to meet me in a seat. Crossing your legs, drawing your hands to your heart. Lift your spine up tall and take a deep breath in. Sigh it out, exhale. Sometimes in life. We can have uncomfortable situations, uncomfortable feelings or sensations. It's always important to remember that growth does not come from comfort. It comes from feeling new sensations, from being a little uncomfortable, stepping outside of our comfort zones, and just learning to be open, walking with an open mind and an open heart. Thank you for sharing this practice with me today and for working so hard. Namaste. Thank you, you all. I'm so happy you could join me today. Hopefully that stretched you out and you felt some nice opening. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this flow and you would like to practice with me more. I also have workout videos if you would like to get a little more of a sweat on. Otherwise, I hope to see you again and stay tuned. Hopefully see you for the next video.